Guys, we got big news in the Bellied Up world. We now have a voicemail line. We know that it can be frustrating to call in and wait for a long time. We hear you, that stinks. So by including the voicemail line, it will allow everyone to get a chance to have their topic heard. We'll listen to the voicemails, then line up calls with the ones that we love. This means the more interesting your topic and the more energy that you bring increases your chances of being featured on the show. So if you want to be on the show, call 218-303-5095. You can call in 24/7. And again, the number is 218-303-5095. And if you forget the number, it's in the description of the podcast. So don't worry. Cheers. Enjoy the episode. Welcome back to another episode of the Bellied Up podcast. I'm here with my host, Charlie Berens. Charlie, where are we at today?
Well, there's squeaking in my mouth. Should have told you, Myles. We're at the Mars Cheese Castle.
We are at the Mars Cheese Castle. This is my first time ever here.
It's a staple. Sorry, hang on. I got cheese squeaking.
Yeah, that's why I was going to wait till we did a little. Very good.
We are eating Melcor's dill and garlic cheese curd. It's really good.
Tell us about the Cheese Castle, Charlie.
Well, Myles, the Mars Cheese Castle is it's an institution. It's a staple here in Wisconsin. If you pop this out of Wisconsin might just fall right down into Illinois. And
honestly, I can't think of anything more Wisconsin than a castle.
No. I mean, we're known for our castles here in Wisconsin. We're known for our cheese. So it makes sense you put up
the Mars Cheese Castle. You got White Castle.
White Castle's that's not a Wisconsin thing, Myles.
Oh, sorry.
That's, I think, a Minnesota thing. That's the first place I had. Oh, no, it's an Ohio thing. I
basically everywhere but here.
I flew into some town and I saw White Castle corporate headquarters sign lit up on the skyline. I want to say it was somewhere, perhaps Columbus, Wichita. I think I did Wichita.
Tell us about the Cheese Castle, Charlie. What's the history behind it?
Well, Myles, way back in the day, there were lords and commoners here in Wisconsin. And one of the lords became a king after a hard battle against the Racine king.
Is that what we're seeing on the painting over there?
That's exactly what it is. Yep. You see, there's the Lord of Kenosha, and the Lord of Kenosha became a king. And he hashed out this very castle right here. This is an ancient building. It's got a cave with cheese. It's got a big old mouse. Now, that mouse used to be living. That's a stuffed mouse. They used to put plastic over
I did do a lap. I saw the mouse. It did say no climbing on the mouse, and thank God they had that sign because I was about to hop up there.
Yep. And Myles, we are cut from the same cloth because that sign is up there because of me.
Yeah, that adds up.
Yep. You can't ride the mouse. Okay. It's not one of those you put a quarter in, you get a funny feeling twixt your. Anyways, so yeah, back in the day, a lord became a king, and the king made this his fortress, and he filled it with cheese. And there was so much cheese back in the day that it was the surplus for Wisconsin, and now they sell it to the commoners. And I purchased some cheese for you, by the way. Didn't hear thank you.
Well, I haven't got into them yet.
You have gotten into them. You were eating them before the show. You dropped one on the ground. I said, Myles, 5-second rule. You said, I'm not eating that.
If you think that was me getting into cheese curds, that was a little sampler, Charlie.
That's
you don't
true.
want to see me get into some cheese curds.
Yeah, I know. You're going to be plugged up till Christmas, I have a feeling.
All right, you ready? Should we do it?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to eat one. Cheers. A cheese cheers.
This is a cheers to Lord Mars and his cheese castle.
To Lord Mars.
Very squeaky.
Terrible radio right there. Myles, stop it. That sounded gross. You're getting too much saliva in with your squeaks.
Very good cheese curds, by the way.
So good.
They know what they're doing here at the castle.
Of course they do. I mean, you're in Wisconsin. We know cheese, Myles.
That's true. Hey, it all adds up.
Yes, it does.
before we get into some callers, Charlie.
Yeah, Myles.
I would love to give a insight into my morning.
Okay, what happened?
And I'm going to call this segment What It's Like to Drive 30 Minutes with Charlie Berens.
Oh, really? It was that bad?
Well, we'll let the listeners decide. I didn't say it was bad. Just saying, this is what it's like.
No, your tone.
To drive 30 minutes with Charlie Berens.
Your tone is sarcastic already. I can tell I'm going to be offended.
So Charlie was supposed to pick me up at 9:45. He calls me at, I think, 9:53, and he's like, "Where are you?" And if you know anything about Charlie Berens, you don't want to go down to the lobby and wait for him because it could be 45 minutes.
That's not
you might
true.
as well stay in your hotel room and watch, morning sports.
I was
shows.
early.
Early for you, yes.
I was early waiting for you.
So he calls me. He's a little.
I was in a no parking zone waiting for your ass. I got asked to leave, and that's when I called you. I said, "Where are you?" I was being patient. Sorry, this is your story.
So no, anyways. So then I get in the car and going good. We start chatting, and all of a sudden he goes, shit, I think I was supposed to get off on that exit or supposed to get on the interstate right there. So we had to do a little loop around. We end up finding another way onto the interstate, and we're sitting at a stoplight to turn left. And there's 2 lanes turning left. The lane we are in, and the left turning lane, it splits. One goes on the interstate, one goes to a different road.
Confusing.
We get the green arrow. Charlie's in the right lane that's supposed to go right. He needs to be in the left lane. So he kind of starts going, and he just goes, and just cuts off the person in the left lane so he can get on the right thing.
I cut him off. I had plenty of space.
Then, all while this is happening, I've mentally noted that there's a cop just sitting at the stoplight as well. So,
debatable.
I was like, all right, maybe this is an isolated occurrence. Then we're driving the interstate. That cop was then driving on the interstate behind us pretty tightly. And
he was running the plates.
And Charlie goes, "Oh God, I hope my tabs are up to date."
And apparently they were.
Or that guy got, he had a rough night the night before. And he's hungover and he's just driving around, not pulling anyone over, and you got lucky.
Maybe.
So then we're driving again, 30 minutes in. Yep. Next thing you know, Charlie is exiting. We get off the exit. He's pulling up the stoplight, and he's like, I don't think I was supposed to get off there.
Nope.
I look on GPS. He exited 8 miles early on like a 20-mile trip. We were just over halfway there. We were over halfway there, and he got off, thought we were ready to go.
We were more than halfway there. The situation was I knew that wasn't the exit, but I had a mental, little brain fart, if you will. Gas in the brain. And I knew as soon as I did it, I knew it was wrong. And then I got right back on and just kept her moving right down here to the Mars Cheese Castle. Myles, I'm sorry. Was your seat warmer on?
It was. I actually turned it off.
What was the car warm for you this morning?
It was.
Yeah. Did I say anything about the granola bar you ate?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I let you eat in the car. I let you drink your coffee in the car. Okay. I got you here safe and sound. And really, I think today what you need to do is go home and write your gratitude list instead of picking apart my...
I mean, objectively, it's probably you just got me here sound. I don't know about safe. You cut across traffic.
You're not wounded. I did not cut across traffic. I did not. I said, "Oh, sorry, you're going to squeeze right past you."
You did give a wave.
I did give a wave.
So it was all good after that.
So we're fine then. We're fine. Myles, I think that first of all, you're no better than me. Okay, you're often late, and your car is often messy. All right. So
You know what's funny about him calling me at 9:52? I was still putting my pants on. Yeah, I'll be right down. I was waiting for you. Hold on.
Thank God, because I had just gotten there at 9:52.
I know you did.
I'm glad we can all.
And you
let it all-
actually said to me, "You're like, I've been waiting."
Yeah, I did, because I wanted time to go get coffee.
That you. I think you lied to me.
Oh, I lied to you all the time, Myles.
You said.
They're love lies.
I'm circling the block because a guy said I couldn't park in the spot that I was parked, and he was never parked there. Because then when I came out, he was parked in the spot that he said that he couldn't park.
Somebody did wave me on. I wasn't parked for very long, but I did get waved along.
Unbelievable.
Then that guy wasn't there when I went around the corner. So I figure, well, must be okay now. Signs are just suggestions. Anyways, Myles, we got a good episode today, huh?
I think we do.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We got a fistful of cheese, couple bags of cheese, and a couple beers, and a little tippy cow, and we're here at the Mars Cheese Castle, and I am just feeling something special.
It's morning right now, and it is lively in here.
It's
People
popping.
are bellied up to the bar.
Yeah,
we got some Bloody Marys over there with a little beer chaser on there.
Myles, what I like about this bar, can I just tell you, on that end of the bar, on the east end, it says Soldier Field, 62 miles that way. On the west end, it says Lambeau Field, 149 miles that way. We are in the area of Wisconsin that does have some Bears fans. So we got to be on alert. We got to be on high alert.
Okay, Charlie. Well, here, answer this.
Yeah.
How can you spot a Bears fan in the wild?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Well, you look for the saddest person in the room. Okay. They're just walking around. They've got like the like a little cloud that follows them. They're often wet for that reason.
For some reason, they're just always wet.
Yeah, they've been rained on recently, even on sunny days somehow.
When you you bump into them, they suddenly get startled, like they didn't know anyone else was there because they're just so much in their own emotions.
Yeah, they've cried that morning for sure, and
the eyes are puffy usually.
Yep. If just their shirt is drenched, but their hair is dry, that just means they've been crying all morning. They're often broke because they bet on the Bears, and they do it reflexively, even though they know they should never do that. They usually have Illinois plates, and they're cutting you off in the fast lane.
Mm-hmm.
And they're screaming out the window, "Why are you going 42?"
And then you'll be like, yeah, 42. That was the last time you guys had a Super Bowl.
Yes. Actually, it was 86.
85.
85 season. 86 is when they won the Super Bowl. And they haven't won much since. Let's see here.
I remember growing up, there used to be a local TV commercial for a sports bar in town. And the bit was that there was always four guys bellied up to the bar. Each one was a representative of each of the NFC North football teams.
Yeah.
So you had the Vikings, the Cheesehead, you had the Bears fan, and then you always had the Lions fan.
Mm-hmm.
He had a paper bag over his head.
Yes.
I would venture to say that I think the Lions can pass that paper bag right on over to Chicago.
Yeah, they have passed it to Chicago.
It's the brotherhood of the traveling paper bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we got a new award every year. A team in the NFC North gets the paper bag award, and right now Chicago's got it.
Yep.
So if you see a fellow Bears fan, give him a paper bag.
That's very, very accurate. In fact, Detroit is doing a collection this Christmas to get all their paper bags over to Chicago.
Yeah, it's like a toy drive, but instead you bring your old paper bag and they are going to ship them down to Chicago.
Yes, because if you think about it, there's just a big population in Chicago, and Detroit doesn't have that population, but every little bit helps. So if you guys have an extra paper bag laying around, please send it to the city of Chicago. They need your paper bags this holiday season. Even though we're shooting this after the holidays.
It's January.
Yeah, it's still a holiday somewhere. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the holiday for the Bears fans are coming up.
What's that?
Watching other teams in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big holiday in Chicago.
Yeah.
Everyone gathers up, bring a paper bag, and get drunk.
That's why Bears fans are such bad drivers, though.
They can't see.
They can't see. It's tough to like get the eye holes right, because it fits your normal viewing when you're outside your car. But
you got no periffs,
right?
No peripherals.
You got no peripherals with a paper bag, and that's the problem.
Anything off of center line for a Bears fan driving is a blind spot because of the paper bag.
So they're not pricks on the road. They just can't see. Yeah. Is it? And they can't see their speedometer. That's why they're going 150 miles an hour. Yeah. Yeah, that's why they're going a minimum of 85.
Because even when they turn their head, the bag stays in the same spot, so they can't see anything.
So that means when you flip them off, they can't see that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we don't flip the Bears fans off. We just wave. They know which finger we mean to wave. That one.
Read between the lines, buddy. Stay between the lines.
Stay between the lines. Read between the lines. Well, Myles,
take some calls?
Let's do it.
Guys, we have Levi from Michigan. And Charlie.
What's that?
Levi's got a confession for us.
Oh, we got a bellied up confession.
Step into the confessional.
Come, my son. Tell us what's on your mind.
Yeah. You guys are all right being a little bit of a therapy for me here for a minute?
Yes, we are. We absolutely are. And dramatically, the light in our bar just went out.
Well, now we're in the confessional.
Now we're in the confessional.
It's dark in there for a reason,
Yes.
It's kind of, a confessional is kind of like being in a dark bar, You don't really want to see the other person's face.
Yep. Well,
that's right. It's better that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell us what's on your mind here, Levi. What happened?
Well, this goes back a little ways, but I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
And I'm 31 now, so this is a little ways back.
All right.
And I really like this girl, and she invited me to go to the beach on July 4th with her family to watch some fireworks. And we got there, had some lunch at this bar, and just the grossest greasiest burger I've ever had in my life. And I took one bite, and I was like, "This is going to be a problem." But I was so insecure. I just ate the whole thing. I had no. I mean, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah. What are you going to insult the family for?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I eat the whole thing, and we are hanging out at the beach or whatever, and it was great. And then the stomach starts to kill. We saw that coming, but the beauty at the beach is, you can fart or whatever, and the wind will just take it. Nobody knows. It could be anybody out there.
It's gone.
You know what I mean?
It's gone like a fart in the wind.
Exactly. Yeah. And I was living that. And then around it was fine until we were leaving. So this is like probably 11 o'clock at night.
Oh no.
And we're walking back to the car, and I'm in my swim trunks, flip flops, and t-shirt. And, we're walking back, and we get to a crosswalk, and it just hits. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but when your stomach, it just decides this has to go somewhere. And right now there's only one way, and we're at a crosswalk, and it starts coming out. And it's like coming out in my pants, and thank God I was wearing underwear. Because I was in swim trunks, it would have just been a mess. But we are standing there, and there's like her sister, her mom, and her dad, and her, and like 5 other strangers. And in like seconds time, somebody just goes, "Oh my God, can you smell that?" And I I just covered my own nose, and I'm like, oh no, yeah, I can smell it. And they all start like gagging, like they can't breathe. So we keep walking because we're not quite to the car, and we get to another crosswalk, and it happens again. So it starts coming out again. So I'm getting filled up here, and nobody is saying a word other than trying to hold their breath. And we get to the car, and I'm like, okay, I'm either going to get in the car, or I'm just going to be a man and say, hey, I just need to come out here and say this. I have poop in my pants, and I don't know what to do. But I just get in the car. I don't do it. I get in the car. And so I get in the back seat, and I sit in between this girl and her sister, and I sit right in the middle on the bench seat. And I just sit in it. It just spreads.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm just in it. And we start driving, and no one is saying a word. They just are gagging. And so we start driving, and her mom, I'll never forget this. Her mom had her head out the window to breathe. She couldn't breathe. And I'm just sitting there, and so her dad goes, obviously we can't take this. So he goes, we have to get out. So we get to a gas station. We all get out. He's like, everybody check your shoes. So I like get out, and I'm like checking. I'm like barely moving my leg because I don't want any of it to come out of my
God,
pants.
this is terrible.
So I'm like checking my shoes, and I go, okay, how about let me run in the bathroom and make sure it's not anywhere else. So I go inside of the bathroom, and when I go in the bathroom, they were like, that kid shit himself, right? So, but I go in the bathroom, and I toss the underwear.
Smart.
I put the swimming trunks in the sink, rinse them out, and then I use the hand dryer to dry them off. And I come back out, and I'm like, it wasn't me. I don't know. So we get back in the car, and no one is saying a word. Like, no one is like asking about it. Everyone is just trying not to throw up, and there's like residual smell still.
Well, yeah, because you sat in it the whole first part of the ride, and it got on the seat. I hope to God they had leather seats.
It had to have.
Levi, you really needed to bring your namesake with you on this trip, I think. A pair of jeans would have saved you here, my guy. So you're right. You spent the entire time in silence, and they knew.
I mean,
had to have.
There's a lot to unpack here, Charlie. Well, first of all, why didn't you pump and dump earlier? Pump your pants full of poop and then dump it later. Like, why? There had to have been a porta potty by the beach somewhere.
Myles, you sound like an expert in this situation.
I've never been in this scenario. God, no. I've only shit my butt cheeks.
I've asked myself that too. I don't remember if when we were at the beach, I think I just always thought it was gas. Like, I don't think I ever thought I need to go.
Well, no, we understand that it can suddenly come on, but why did you let it go as far as you did?
Well, I didn't have to. It didn't come until we were walking back, and everything was closed. All the stores were closed on the strip there.
I know. Why didn't you just go, I think I'm going to go back in for one more dip and then just run into the water?
That would have been the move.
That would have been good. That would have been good.
Swimming.
Because the way it sounds is this wasn't a floater, so you'd have been in the clear.
You're right. It would have dissipated.
Were you worried at any point that it would start dribbling down your leg into your shoe?
I was worried the whole time that it was going to do that. Especially when I was checking my shoes, quote unquote, I was worried that it was going to come down.
Wow. So did you get a second date?
I didn't. For some reason, I didn't. I don't know why.
Have you talked to this girl since?
No. I mean, not really. She went off to college, and then we weren't really friends after that. And I remember her sister was around, and I remember bringing it up again one time, like, do you remember Black Wind, blah, blah, blah? And I was like, I had poop in my pants. And she was like, yeah, I mean, we kind of figured you did. I didn't really get away with it.
No, God, no. You were literally sitting with poop in your pants in a tight car.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, her poor mom. Listen, that's what I couldn't forget.
You got it.
You should have started like gaslighting her mom and just blaming her.
Yeah, it's okay to admit it.
Oh, you got your head out the window. You're probably the one that did it. You're overdoing it.
Or you just blame it on the cows off the road. Like, oh man, they must just laid fertilizer down, dude. It's 4th of July. The corn is already knee high. This is why you never leave home without a box of matches. By the way,
that's true, Charlie.
All right,
I never
you're
do.
Right.
I got some in the truck. You always got to have matches on you.
Yep. And you knew it was happening. You knew what was going on. That's when you get in the car and say, hey, guys, have you ever wondered about the physics of matches? And you light one immediately. And then how long was the drive? An hour?
Oh, I bet it was. I bet it was a little over an hour.
Wow.
And felt like an eternity.
Yeah. And then you're squishing around. Ay. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for getting this off your chest or off your ass. And
imagine they stop at a restaurant and he just has to order the stinkiest menu item. He orders like a whole plate full of Brussels sprouts. Just trying to mask this. He pulls out a candle with a match. Since we're on a date,
let's set the mood.
Let's set the mood. He's like, he lights the candle and then blows it out. Sorry, I
screwed it up.
I didn't light it right. He just keeps lighting matches the whole time.
Oh God, I do have to think when they dropped me off, and I had to think, especially when they brought me to my house and dropped me off when I got out, they were probably like, you can never see that kid again.
Yeah.
That has to be.
I don't think that had to be said. I think the girl was made up her mind pretty early.
Didn't have to be convinced. Yeah.
I think he probably said it anyway. Take a good look at him. You see him waddling up to his front door.
Look at his cheeks are clenched.
So how many people have you told about this since?
I've told a few. I am married now, so I did have to disclose that.
It's like
once the ring was on there.
We're getting married in a few weeks, and there's just something I got to tell you beforehand. She's thinking all of the worst things. Yeah,
right.
10 years ago, I pooped my pants in front of an entire family, and they had to sell the car because it smelled for eternity after that.
He definitely did that after they were married.
Yeah, probably.
No turning back.
He had to commit there.
Well, so my question is, if you had issues with that, maybe you have like an IBS situation going on. Did something else happen?
No, I have not had. I won't never say never. I have not had it happen again. But I am hopefully a little bit more prepared for next time.
Well, let this be a lesson to you. Never trust a fart, and everybody can take that to heart.
Yeah, don't gamble on farts.
Nope.
It's serious business. People think we're joking. We're not. This is serious stuff.
You're like, oh, I've felt this before. No, you haven't always. And it's in retrospect, that's a good lesson. Some people don't learn that till they're 30, but you're learning that at ripe young age. Pun intended. 14 years old, You can recover at that age. You can recover. So in retrospect, be thankful you learned this one early.
That's right.
All right, man. Right. Well, thanks for calling in and giving your confession. We feel we're in a elite club. There's not many people that know this.
We should give them a penance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Since this is a confessional, Charlie, what's his penance?
I want you to say 2 Our Fathers.
A Hail Mary.
3 Hail Marys.
An act of contrition.
Actually, a Hail Mary for everybody else in that car. So 4 Hail Marys total. Say a Hail Mary for your swimsuit. And And always, never leave home without a box of matches. And light a candle in church the next time you're there for that family. All right? They're still suffering. They are still suffering.
Little bit of them, little bit of them, their soul died in that car that day.
I just love how this happened on the 4th of July. So every 4th of July, this probably comes back up in conversation. Like anytime there's a bad 4th of July, well, at least it's not the time Levi came and shat his pants.
Yeah, they're like, quite literally, we've already hit rock bottom on the 4th of July. So it's all uphill.
That was a shitty 4th of July.
That was a shitty 4th of July. Oh, man. Well, good for you, Levi. Good for you. Thank you for sharing with us.
Hey, cheers, guys.
All
Cheers.
right.
Thanks for having me on.
Anytime.
Have a good one, man.
Yep. Eat a salad. Oh, wow.
I mean, that's a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, it is, but it's good to learn those things early in life. I'll say that much. Yeah, you've never had a situation like that, huh?
No.
Yeah, too bad there wasn't a kid in the car, because that would have been, or a dog,
What would have happened if there had been a dog?
Well, you could blame it on the dog.
Oh, okay. I
don't
know what. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love how the dad gave an out. Everybody get out and check your shoes.
Yeah. Check your shoes. And he's like looking at him.
You.
Go check your shoes in the gas station, in the bathroom. Well, should we take another caller?
Uh-huh.
Guys, we have Patrick from Alabama on the line. He is a structural engineer, and he says that he wants to go to toe with me.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what he wants, but Patrick, let's do it. Let's go toe to toe. What do you?
I mean, I've just heard you complain about engineers when in your time as a concrete worker, and always giving engineers a hard time. So I figured somebody's got to stand up for the engineers every now and then.
Okay.
I knew this was going to happen, Miles. You couldn't leave the engineers alone, and this is the repercussions you get. All right, you guys go toe to toe. Also, pecker to pecker. Let's see what we got going
Maybe
here.
for Patrick, but not me. It's more like belly to belly.
That's a closer
thigh
fight there.
to thigh.
How about arm in arm?
Yeah.
Arm in arm. All right. Well, that's a whole other thing. Well, state your piece, Patrick.
Yeah. So what did I say that really rubbed you the wrong way?
What? I mean, I run into it every day at work, man. It's not concrete guys anymore. It used to be, but now it's welders and fabricators. Now everything's always blamed on the engineers, as if we had the final say so. When in all reality, I think the problem that we have when engineers and concrete workers and these guys don't get along is we get distracted by who the real common enemy is.
Okay.
And that is the client.
Okay. Yeah. I can, you know what? I'll agree with that one.
The client is always wrong. In other words,
The client is always a pain in the ass.
Always. Whether it's the Navy on a ship that you're building or somebody's concrete driveway and they want it, 6 inches wider at this one spot after it's already been formed up and poured.
Yeah. And I think for me, Charlie.
So why is it that engineers get blamed for everything, Myles?
Well, it's because you guys are the rule followers. You guys are the nerds. You're the ones saying we can't do it like this because the building will fall down, It's like, what do you mean? We've done it the other way 100 times in a row and the building's still standing.
Yeah, but everything's always okay until it's not. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to avoid those bad situations.
Yeah. I mean, really, I think the bone I have to pick is when there is a classic over-engineering going on. Would you agree that some people over-engineer things?
Every day, man. That's part of the job.
Well, give us an example, Miles, of something. When has an engineer hurt you? When has it been over-engineered?
Pocketbook.
Pocketbook?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little spending.
The more time they end up engineering something, not only you got to pay them for more time, you then got to pay for more material. You got to do all of this extra stuff that ends up costing the client money. Ends up costing everyone more money.
Well,
yeah, but don't y'all end up making more money? That's extra overtime for you guys.
thank you. I was just going to say
People helping
that.
people.
Well, I also have another one, a little zinger for you. It'll say you're the concrete guy. You build it too good, you're not going to have any repeat customers.
Planned obsolescence.
Mm-hmm. It's
That's
like the
what it's
iPhone.
called.
It's like the iPhone's intentionally making your battery go to shit.
That's why every
That's right.
new building looks like a freaking IKEA.
Yeah. Concrete businesses are built on upcharging for having to come fix things. How is anyone supposed to make a living if you guys are engineering stuff to a T?
Stop doing your job so good is what he's saying.
All right, I'll make sure our buildings start falling down so you guys can, have a little bit
No,
of
we did
rework
not
to-
say that. We did not say that.
I mean, we didn't.
Charlie,
You
you're writing
did.
all this down, right?
We just want you to make sure that it just has enough structural integrity to not fall down, not in the worst case scenario.
Patrick, I got to tell you, from an argument standpoint, you're winning right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, in the debate. Yep,
Okay.
he's currently winning. You're going to have to buckle up, Myles. You're going to have to give him a little bit more because he just said that. Also, who says pocketbook these days? In my pocketbook. Do you still balance a checkbook, Myles?
Yeah.
You kind of look like
Yeah.
you do.
No, God. I had a checkbook in high school, though.
Did
have
you?
a checkbook in high school?
I did. Patrick, do you have a checkbook?
I did, man. I thought you had to pay rent back in the day. You couldn't do cash or credit card.
No.
Had to be a check.
God, nice accent, by the way. Where are you calling in from
Appreciate it,
again?
man. I'm from Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
We got a southerner on the phone,
Hey.
Charlie.
I was just in Birmingham, or as you guys call it, Birmingham, and that was interesting. It was nice being down in Alabama. But do you guys have a Buc-ee's around there?
Yeah, there's one just down the road from me right now.
Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, I got a bone to pick with that friggin' Buc-ee's. Okay, I'm a quick trip guy through and through, and going to that Buc-ee's, that was like a quick trip made love to a Walmart while that dumb stuffed beaver cucked. It is.
I'll tell you what's distracting is that giant wall of jerky they got over there, man.
No,
They have a giant wall of jerky?
they do.
That's got to
They do.
cost more than the whole building itself.
I mean, it's some spendy jerky. I will say I was you're impressed by some things when you walk in, but you start getting close to it and you peel the facade off, and it's not as good as it looks. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a
Now Buc-ee's is a Texas thing. You're gonna have to get you a Texas fella on here to talk about that.
okay? So you're not.
But they're just jumping over state lines and coming on over here.
They're spreading like the oral herp. They are. They got one that they were saying might come up in Wisconsin, and there's a flare up every 9 months. Not that I know anything about that, and I got
Sounds like a good time to do. Sounds like a good comparison video coming up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. That would be good. A comparison video of Quick Trip versus, Bucky.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay.
What's better, Charlie? Buc-ee's or Quick Trip?
Quick Trip is better than Buc-ee's. Okay, Buc-ee's, if it was so good, did they need to put up a billboard like 7,000 miles away from the nearest Buc-ee's saying nearest Buc-ee's 7,000 miles away? It's hack marketing is what it is. And nothing that's really good needs a mascot there. Do the Green Bay Packers have a mascot? No. Okay. You only need a mascot if your team sucks. Unless you're the Badgers.
Well, that's a good question. Is Bucky a woodchuck or what is Bucky?
Bucky's a beaver, I think.
He's a beaver, yeah.
Yeah, Bucky the beaver.
So why is the Badgers got Bucky? There's
Well,
a little
that's
bit.
Bucky the Badger, and they also ripped off the name Bucky, from us. You can't be ripping off a mascot. And again, a Badgers got grandfathered into the mascot thing, and it, the bottom line here.
What about the Bucks?
The Bucks, of course, also grandfathered in. Same with the Brewers, but you don't need it for a freaking gas station, all right? And then you go into that place. Oh, they've socially engineered a gas station. It's like I feel like a cattle in there. I feel like I'm in a herd of cattle. The way they shovel people around and the way you move. Like they took like all these videos and they had surveillance trying to find the easiest flow for people to get in and get out. I mean, it's too perfect. There's something deeper there. They're looking at something there. You do. You know, and it's destroying the fabric of American society. That's what's happening.
Myles, I think Charlie is just projecting a little bit because I think he really wants to be the official mascot of Wisconsin.
Oh.
He's just projecting that Buc-ee's has their own mascot. And if he's thinking, well, if this gas station's good enough for a mascot, you know, Charlie's, you know, Wisconsin's #1 fan.
If Charlie was the mascot for Wisconsin, he wouldn't be able to walk into any bar because his head wouldn't fit through the door.
Yeah, cheese wedge would be a little too big.
That would actually be good. A Wisconsin mascot, big old cheese head.
Don't. It's not going to happen. I won't let it happen. I'll do a smear campaign
against it. Yeah. Patrick, you don't even like Buc-ee's. Why did it turn out you were calling in to give Myles crap? Now you're giving me crap. You're supposed to be on my side. I thought this was a safe space.
Hey, this is part of being an engineer. You have to walk that middle line of keeping the client happy and keeping the construction crew happy, man. Part of the
job. That is true. You did a good job there because at first I was ready to arm wrestle you. And now I'm like thinking you're a great guy. So, hey, you are good. You are good.
Hey, I appreciate that.
What do you
mean? Also, I had another thing to bring up.
Yeah. You got a Navy ship you want buy, sell, or trade?
Man, I don't think we can swing that right now. There's a lot of contracts and a lot of legal jargon involved. It's above my pay grade.
All right.
But with the Midwest nice versus Southern hospitality.
Okay.
What's the defining line? Like, I hear you guys talk about the Midwest and Midwest nice, and I'm from the South, and I've lived this Southern hospitality. So where's the difference? I think the Midwest and the South are pretty much one and the same.
Let me just say this. We're not one and the same. There might be similarities, but the whole Southern hospitality, it doesn't hold a candle to the Midwest nice, all right?
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
yeah, hey, it's pretty easy to have nice hospitality, Charlie, when it's sunny and 75 every day.
Yeah, have you guys ever erected the windshield wipers before a sleet storm of your loved ones or just kind of liked ones in the neighborhood? I think not.
Erected.
Have you ever been on your way to work, saw someone in the ditch, and derailed your whole day to help pull them out?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Have you ever been sitting in an ice shanty, okay, and your buddy is outside, and he goes,
flag,
and I'm like, Myles, don't call me that. And then I run out and I go, oh my gosh, I got a northern on. And Myles told me that my fish was biting the hook. He could have gone taken that fish, but no, he alerted me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you guys ever done any of that?
Ever done any of that in the South?
Absolutely.
Really?
You've shoveled your neighbor's driveway before?
So hear me out. It's the same coin. It's just different sides. Y'all have these winters that are just so terrible and brutal. You don't even want to step outside because the air hurts your face.
Mm-hmm.
Our summers are so hot. When you walk outside in the morning, you can hear the sun. You can hear the sun cooking you alive.
So what do you do? Nice
So what do you do in that blistering heat that equals our Midwest nice?
It's the opposite of the same coin. Y'all bundle up, we shred it, we take off layers.
That's not hospitality.
Whoa. You're taking off other people's clothes? This sounds
honestly
very Southern of you.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Charlie. I think I kind of like Southern hospitality now.
Well, Myles,
you guys got Hooters down there?
What's that, Myles?
Nothing.
Well, what do you guys do in the heat?
Yeah,
what do you do in the heat to help other people?
I offer them a cold glass of sweet tea, bud.
All right. That's a start.
What else?
Invite them inside, sit them down, offer them some lunch, give them a good sandwich, ask them how their folks are doing.
Okay.
What do y'all do when it's super cold outside and you see somebody shivering?
Well, I mean, we give them our coat.
You give them, you maybe give them a shot of brandy, Charlie.
Yeah, that's the internal sweater.
But here's the thing:
Southern hospitality has to go a step above because we can't give a coat to somebody in the summer. We have to bring them into our home, bring them into the luscious air conditioning that we're paying for.
Well, it turns out, Charlie, that everything they do for Southern hospitality, we also do up north.
Yeah, it gets swampy up here in the summers.
We got some ice cold beers instead of sweet tea up here that we offer people. We welcome them into our home and say, "Hey, a walleye biting out there or no?"
Yeah, and we say it's not the heat, it's the humidity.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
We say, yeah, it's hot enough out there for your, balls to stick.
So, I mean, what I'm trying to say, Charlie, is we do all the stuff that they do, but I've never heard of someone in Mobile, Alabama, shoveling their neighbor's driveway.
Have you ever shoveled anyone's driveway?
Nah, never once.
Okay. All right. Well, so yes, there is Southern hospitality, but I think Midwest nice beats it out. And also, I'm on to you, Patrick. I know when you say bless your heart, you're really telling me to go F myself.
I would never say that to you, Charlie.
You wouldn't. You would say bless your heart. And
no, I just say, oh, he sure is. I'm sure his mama loves him.
Charlie, you're a guy only a mom could love.
I got that. Patrick, what are you building over there in the stockyard? What are you in? You're in the shipyard. What are you building over there?
We're building a couple Navy vessels, a Coast Guard vessel, and a big dry dock right now.
Oh, nice. How's the Navy looking these days? Are we going to beat China or what's going on?
Right now, they're looking haze gray. That's what we paint everything.
Haze gray. Okay, because when you get out on the sea, it's largely hazy gray. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and now we know what the weather's like in the, South China Sea. It's hazy gray.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. South China
Miles,
Sea.
I got one more. Miles, I got one more bone to pick with you, buddy. I'm sorry.
I like it.
It's all right.
I think there's a little bit of a conspiracy on our hands that needs to be addressed.
All
you see, a lot of my favorite content of yours, Miles, has always been the Yeti comparison.
Yeah. No worries.
And I've noticed lately I haven't seen any more Yeti comparisons coming out. So it begs the question, has Myles been bought out by Big Yeti?
I would love to be bought out by Big Yeti. The paycheck that could come with that. Have you seen what that company is worth? They're worth $1 billion.
Well,
Charlie.
I bet they're $1 billion because they sell a freaking coffee cup.
If I was bought out by Yeti, I definitely wouldn't be sitting at this bar with Charlie.
What? I thought we were here because we're friends.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We would be in the Caribbean at a bar doing this.
Well, it begs the question: where have the Yeti comparison videos gone?
Well, one, we've done a lot of products, and I don't want to just pick something on their website and make fun of it. That's the low hanging fruit. That's what someone who is an amateur would do. I got to make sure that I'm waiting for the fresh new stuff that is so absurd that it basically writes itself.
So
sounds like he's waiting on that next Yeti care package to show up to his front door so he can have a review of it.
I would love that. You could sling that stuff on Facebook Marketplace for a pretty penny.
Patrick, you seen any product you want Myles to do a review of?
Tell you what, that Yeti backpack's a little bit out there.
How much is it?
More than I can afford.
Probably $600 for a backpack. Yeah.
I mean, you got to hand it to them. They're like, there's a bunch of rich people out there with that like dog bowls.
White coolers for white collars. You said that.
That's right. That should be their catchphrase.
Yeah.
No, it's also one of those things. I've been doing Yeti videos now for like at least 4 years. That now it's to the point where I want it to be a little bit of a sweet treat when we do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the Yeti bag.
Oh, it's on sale, Charlie, for only $184.
Dear God. What the hell?
I mean, at that price, you lose money not buying it.
I know. You can't pass up on those kinds of savings.
Clearly, it's not selling very well.
It's action-packed, tough enough to get dirty, smartly designed to sort your essentials.
Wait, it says tough enough to get dirty?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Oh, you can get the 35 liter. I usually measure my backpacks in liters.
I don't even know how big that is.
The 35 liter backpack's on sale for $200.
Are they selling these to Europeans? Liters?
Okay. This one's waterproof. It's Blaze Orange.
I like the Blaze Orange. It's waterproof.
Blaze Orange would be nice. I come in handy.
Dude, that's $300. Are you free?
Yeah, but it holds 28 liters of stuff. So, yeah, God, if you know,
how many liters in a case of beer though?
Oh God, okay, carry the one
minus the 2 divided by 4.
4 liters.
I
don't know.
Let's Google it.
We're in America. All right.
Yeah, we use freedom units over here.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
How many things are measured by liters on that ship you're designing?
Exactly 0 liters worth.
0 liters worth. See that? Yeti.
I mean, that's got to be a weird thing. Don't or do engineers use the metric system, or are they still using the American freedom system?
It depends on the project, which is weird. You would think all one Navy would use the same thing from boat to boat, but different boats use meters, different boats use freedom units.
Different boats for different folks.
That's why engineers cost so much. They're spending their whole time converting different metrics.
See?
Oh, it's terrible.
Again, Myles, it's not the engineer, it's the client.
It's true.
Yeah.
Bring it all back, Charlie. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I got your back, Patrick. I got your back.
I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for calling in, man. This has been really insightful. This really has been insightful. Myles, any final questions here?
Yeah, if you know anyone who works at Yeti that wants to send me a care package, I need to sling that on Facebook Marketplace because I got a kid now, so I got to pay for stuff.
Oh, yeah. So send Myles a free backpack. He'll sell it.
First I'll do a video.
Then
I'll sell it.
Then it'll be on Facebook Marketplace for a whopping $200 for a 30-liter backpack.
Mm-hmm.
We'll know when Myles gets that Yeti gig because he'll have a Yeti wallet finally.
Yes, 100%. You know, I'll start wearing like gold chains and stuff. You know,
$200 bill fold.
I'll show up in a black Suburban that's the windows are all tinted. That's when you'll know I took the bag from Yeti.
Yeah, I didn't know they had a $200 wallet. Good God, have you done that video?
No.
Oh, you gotta get back on.
That was just my idea.
See, Patrick, I think now if you do this video, Myles got to send you a little check.
Actually,
I was gonna ask for some royalties, giving them all these good content ideas.
Yeah, smart.
This actually comes full circle, Charlie.
Why?
Yeti's whole motto is over-engineering something.
Oh.
And so, honestly, this sounds like the perfect marriage for you, Patrick. I think if this whole job you got now don't work out, go work at Yeti. They're going to love you.
Well, at Yeti, if you're listening, Myles will give you my phone number.
They got to go through Myles to get to Patrick. Well, Patrick, thank you for calling in, my guy.
Absolutely, fellas. It was a blast.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck on the ship.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye now.
I actually am a little disappointed, Charlie, that I've never gotten one contact from Yeti ever.
Well, you built your career trashing them. Why do you think they're going to call you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
the Vikings fans spend their whole life trashing their own team, but
that's
they
true.
Still appreciate the fans.
That's true.
So,
are you low-key a Yeti fan? Do you own any Yeti stuff?
Well, so here's what I do own Yeti stuff, but it's all the stuff that I bought for a video.
Oh yeah,
you didn't return it. And it's like you have the receipt, and then it just never gets returned.
Yeah,
but then it actually has come in handy because we've used it for future videos.
Oh, okay. But you've never actually used the Yeti stuff.
I mean, I have buddies that have Yetis.
Okay,
but yeah,
right.
I actually don't own a Yeti cooler.
I own a bunch of the Yeti cups because people send them to you for promo.
It as a gift. You got it as a gift.
I got it as a gift. Yeah.
No, I have a lunchbox. I have a bottle opener, a ice bucket. So if you want to do the ice bucket challenge at any point, let me know. I got one. Most expensive
ice bucket challenge you can do.
Yeah. All right. Should we take another caller?
Let's do it. Myles, it's winter and people are driving. And we know that in winter, accidents happen when you're driving. Some people don't know the rules of the road. They don't. They don't know in the winter you drive in the Midwest, you got to drive slow enough so the person in the passenger seat can fillet a walleye without getting an accidental circumcision. They don't know that. And sometimes they go ass over tea kettle into a ditch.
In their car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
I have. And it slowed down traffic, this, that, but you can get hurt bad.
It's true. And what do you do if you're in that situation?
Thank you for asking, Myles. You call Nicolay. You do. Because that beard will show you the way. You know?
When you're in a tight spot like that, your brain should instantly go, call Nicolay.
Yeah, because you've been through enough. The jaws of life pulled you out of that wreck, and Nicolay is there for your personal injury situation. They'll get that money from that greedy insurance company. You know? They'll do it.
So, guys, if you're injured this winter, make sure you call Nicolay Law at 1-855-NICOLAY or visit nicolay.com.
And maybe you'll get Nicolayed. Cut that out.
Charlie.
Hi.
What's your New Year's resolution this year?
New Year's resolution is to not take life too seriously, to relax a little more. And you know how I like to relax, Myles?
With an ice cold glass of Tippy Cow, I would say.
Yeah.
Moo. I actually got you a New Year's present.
A New Year's present?
Yes.
What is it, Myles? Is it this?
Just look in your lap.
It's this T-shirt you put on my lap.
What does it say, Charlie?
Tip a glass, not a cow. Oh, that is so awesome, Myles.
Yeah,
and
you're
you
welcome.
got it just in my size, XL.
What is it? Yeah.
You think I've been getting caked up in this new year,
Well,
huh?
I figured that you're going to start lifting weights after you lost me an arm wrestle.
Myles, you cheated.
Anyways, guys, if you like that shirt, we got them for sale at ohyoubetcha.com. You can get yourself a nice tip of glass, not a cow. It's a great life lesson, too. It's a great motto.
It is a great motto. Thank you for the T-shirt.
Save cows, drink Tippy Cow.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, tip it on back, Myles, to the Tippy Cow.
Cheers.
Moo.
Guys, we have Jack from Aberdeen, South Dakota, and he says that he's in a little bit of a predicament. His wife doesn't want him to go ice fishing without her, and he doesn't know what to do. Is that true, Jack?
Well, Jack, all you got to do is take her with you. What's the problem?
Well, she's a bougie woman, so the old 5-gallon bucket doesn't really work for her.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I bought the old 4-person pop-up sled, but that's still not adequate. She's more of an ice castle kind of gal.
Okay.
Oh, an ice castle.
Yeah, but she doesn't want me to spend that ice castle money, if you know what I mean.
Oh, so we got a little predicament. She wants an ice castle, but on a beer budget money. Light beer budget money.
We're not talking craft beer budget money.
Yeah.
30
you could only
rack.
call it Bush Light type of money there.
There
Okay.
you go. I like that.
All right. So you got to...
So, well, before we get into that,
Yeah.
why does she want to go ice fishing with you? And why, why doesn't she just sit on a bucket? I know she's bougie, but
She's we do everything together, kind of marriage, if that makes sense.
that's great.
We what I do, she does. What she does, I get to do. If that's kind of picking up what I'm throwing down.
Do you like this aspect, Jack?
It's not too bad. It has its ups and downs for sure.
It's not too bad. I don't know. Anytime you hit a falsetto in the it's not so bad, I think that maybe
It's all right.
yeah, I like it.
Ow, I feel good.
You guys know what I mean.
When you married her, did you know that she was bougie?
So I did to a certain extent. So a little backstory: I had to pull a Charlie, and I had to get divorced once. This is my second marriage.
First of all, Jack, we can call it pulling a Jack. All right. Okay, we don't need to say pulling a Charlie. A lot of people get divorced, 50% if you look at the numbers. So we could call it pulling a Tony, a Larry, a Joe, a Frank.
So this one, we kind of doing things a little differently.
I don't think you should address her when she's around as this one. By the way, this is just a little tip for you.
Yeah, my latest wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working on my second divorce wife. Oh,
He thinks marriage is just trial and error.
Yeah. Find one that you like, or give away half your stuff in the meantime.
yeah. I really like this one. So
Well,
if this is all I got to deal with, it's not a bad deal.
No.
all right. So the predicament is you need an ice castle on a budget. And maybe what happens if you make an ice castle, you do everything she asks, and yet she still doesn't want to come. Are you allowed to still go ice fishing in that scenario?
I think I'm going to pull a Jack then and have another divorce. No, I'm just kidding. I try to convince her to get a bigger pop-up. I mean, you see those guys, they put the military bunks in there so you can sleep, the nice heaters, nice insulated. She's just not quite 100% sold. So I needed your guys' help to kind of ease her into it. I think once she experiences it, catches that first walleye, that first big perch, I think she'll be hooked. I just got to get her in there.
Yeah.
Quite
yeah.
literally.
I mean, that's, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Charlie, if you were going to do an ice castle on a light beer budget, what would you do?
Well, I'd be looking for existing structures that you can get for cheap. And just off the top of the dome, cheap existing structure with a hole in the bottom, porta potty. Okay, now hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
All right. Just one porta potty. That's just a porta potty on the lake. That's not gonna fly in this scenario. But let's say you get 4 porta pots for the cost of one. Okay, you bolt them together. Now it's not just 4 porta potties bolted together. Each person gets their own private fishing suite.
Yes, it's all in the marketing,
yes.
right? It's a Airbnb listing. It's not small. It's quaint.
Airbnb. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And there is already a toilet there, which means there's already a hole in this situation. So you just fish right out of the hole. And it's got everything you need, all the amenities. Help me out, Myles. What are the amenities?
Well, so not only is it a fishing hole, you also have a built-in seat.
That's true.
And those things are comfortable. I've sat on a toilet seat for at least 45 minutes and still been comfortable. Your legs may fall asleep, but that's all part of the experience.
So you can fish out of your sitting hole? Is that what you're
you
saying?
could if you wanted,
I
yeah.
mean, just don't set the hook too hard. You might catch a little more than you bargained for. But yeah, and then in the urinal where you pee, just put some ice in there, and then you got coolers. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a beer bucket, but a beer urinal.
Exactly.
Just plug the hole with a little rag, and then put some ice in there or some snow. You're right out there.
Snow, yeah.
And then you got a whole like cooler / fridge of beer right there inside.
This is feeling cheap and bougie. And in the soap dispenser, because if you're lucky enough to get one of those, just wash that out, put some M&Ms in there. So now you got a little M&M dispenser.
Yeah, if she gets hungry, well, she also might not get hungry because of the smell. So now you're saving money on snacks and food, and she isn't. You can cross that one off the list.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. And then you just drill a couple skis to the bottom of it, and that'll help you pull it right across the ice.
Yeah, and she doesn't have to go outside and go to the bathroom or go in the truck and goes to a public place to go. You got a bathroom right in there.
Right. One of the porta pots you maintain as a porta pot. So I mean, it's a ice palace with a half bath.
Yeah.
I like that.
And if, like an ice castle, once in a while they'll have TVs and stuff. So she's probably looking for some entertainment.
Yeah.
There is a ton of graffiti on the inside of these porta-johns.
Oh, brilliant.
That'll keep you busy for an hour reading all of the call this number for a good time, and then she can call the number and have a good time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you're not giving her, you just better make sure you're giving her a good time before she goes into that one stall. But
You get 4 porta potties tied together, there'll be a good time.
Yeah.
I haven't met anyone that hasn't had a good time in 4 porta potties.
No, me either.
Get 4 handicap ones too. Now you're talking.
Oh yeah, you got room to spread out.
You could put a cot in there.
Yeah.
What would we call it, Charlie?
Porta pop up.
Yeah.
Porta pop up. Yeah.
There you go.
I like that. Think that'll catch me some walleye?
Oh, you'll get some walleye. Yeah. You might also get a divorce, but you're definitely getting a walleye.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. At least there's some walleye in the future, possibly.
Yep. Yep.
And the way that you market
Hopefully
it,
before the divorce.
Yes.
it's not 4 porta potties stuck together, Charlie. It's a portable experience.
It's a portable experience. Wow, Myles.
It's not
brilliant.
graffiti on the wall. It's a
Art.
It's art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not old. It's upcycled.
Yeah.
So
Reclaimed.
That's new. That's in. Upcycle, reclaim. That's in.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
Reclaimed.
in, yeah.
The reclaimed porta pop-up. I like it.
Boy, you guys might have something going here.
I think we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Porta pop-up is now trademarked though. So for anyone listening.
Yeah. Sorry. And porta
Another little
potties.
TM can't fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Porta potties, a lot of times they're really easy to come by. Like, you'd be surprised. You go on Craigslist, they're selling them. Otherwise, you just go to a construction site with your truck and no one questions you if you're putting a porta potty in the back of the truck. You know, they're like, why would they do that? They must be maintenance.
Yeah. They're like, there's no one would steal a porta potty in their right mind.
No. So you're going to be completely fine. You might be able to do this for free. Honestly, all you need is a good hose.
I got a couple of those.
Good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good deal. Now, what about insulating the old porta potties?
Spray.
We've all sat in them when it's cold and there's a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah.
So keep your pants on first off, I guess. But to insulate it, what would you do?
Spray foam the shit out of it.
Yep. Smart.
I know some guys in their hunting van, they bought an old van, gutted the inside, and they literally took spray foam out of a can and did the whole inside. And I tell you what, it gets toasty in there.
Toasty. Yeah. And then that takes care of the smell too. You can just inhale those fumes.
This actually probably would work.
Yeah, it would get rid of the smell, at least initially.
No, I mean the insulating it, and it would be kind of cozy in there.
Yeah. Yeah, you could even, and if you wanted to, the only problem is that would get rid of the graffiti. Well,
take pictures of the graffiti before you spray foam, then frame them and put them on the wall.
Smart. Smart. And if you wanted to hide the spray foam, you could do a little wood paneling over it, because that would be really nice. You wouldn't even know you're sitting in a porta pot at that point.
I tell you what, that would now use just one door or have all 4 doors still operable?
Oh, all 4 doors operable.
Yeah, you're going to want to cut actually some doors open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cut some holes in the side.
Okay.
I actually, you wouldn't even need a buddy heater in this thing because it's already got a smokestack in it.
Oh, yeah.
You just build a fire in one of the little contraptions where the seat is, and you put the seat down. To, and then you lift it up to stoke it, and all the smoke goes out the top.
Oh, that's not that. It's either going to work out real good, or the entire family's going to die of carbon monoxide poisoning. But
true.
But
with the stack, you could also cook your freshly caught perch and walleye.
That is true.
Yeah.
Keep the game worn off your tail.
Well, shoot, if that's the case, then one of the porta pots don't even empty them out. That's good fire starter down there. Just dry it out.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Follow the blue smoke.
Yeah.
It's a boy.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
God, fucking weirdo guys with the porta pop up doing a gender reveal party out on the ice.
Another boy.
Every time you go, you get free cigars.
He's like, God, they gotta have 8 kids under 8. Every year they got a gender reveal party over there.
It's that ice shack. It gets the motions going.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be cocky.
Yeah.
You do the deed and then you just start up a fire in there with the blue smoke.
Yeah.
You're like, I know it's gonna be a boy.
I was deep.
Yeah, I was in the right. I was in the right position.
She was on top.
I just can't think of a more romantic place,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine explaining that. So, yeah, you were conceived and also born in a porta pop-up.
Standing up.
with a fish on the hook.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, there you go. I can't wait for you to go forward with this. Send us a picture when it's all done. All right.
oh, I'm gonna have to. I got a couple porta potties floating around. I'm sure I can find down and
Good.
send them to you guys.
Good. Yeah.
Get you guys out here to go fishing. Maybe I'll have you guys fishing one too.
Well,
We'd
why
love
don't
to.
yeah? Well, why don't you test it out first?
Oh, all right.
We don't want to
I'll make sure
tamper.
the wife approves.
We want an honest review. We don't want to tamper with the R&D.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad that we could help you out here, and good luck, and hope you catch some fish.
Oh, thank you, fellas, very much.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, talk to you later.
Bye-bye now. Ah, yeah, that was
Muskie
good.
tank.
I mean, seriously. I think, honestly, with the amount of porta potties that exist in this world, there's no shortage of raw material. And this could be a mass-produced thing, Myles.
Mm-hmm.
If this doesn't work out for us, maybe we should get in the porta pop-up business.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I agree. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Bellied Up Podcast. We'll see you next one. And remember, Charlie, what?
Tip your bartender.
Love you guys.
Bye-bye.